a sound check when you guys are ready.
Yeah, we can do one now.
Yeah, let's do one now, super quick. Just so I make sure my settings all good.
Testing 1, 2. You're at TK Shutter Reserve, MetroStars versus Paradigm Knights. Testing 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Keep going.
Testing the second microphone. Testing. Sounds good in my ears.
I'm eating now.
Testing.
Keep going, guys. Sorry, I just got to.
All good.
Just keep going.
Testing the sound. Testing.
A little bit more, guys. Sorry.
That's all right. Keep going. Bit windy now. I'm surprised they have the video right there. But otherwise, good night out here. There's the other video.
Now, video, please.
Testing 1, 2. Check 1, 2. I was eating food, so I had myself muted, but I'm good now. Check 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
Sounds good, guys.
Perfect.
Sportscast might call and they might do another sound check, but then we can get it going. We're just going to do another quick sound check for this boss, actually, sorry. I'm just going to give it a quick call. Hello, this is Patrick. I'm just going to do the sound check just so I can hear you live. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, guys, can you please sound check?
Testing 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Seb O'Neill on the mic right now. Just talking now.
Testing. This is the co-commentator. Testing this microphone, the sound, the level. Sounds good to me in the ears.
That sounds good. Yep, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, all good. Alright, that's alright. Yeah, no, that's alright. I totally didn't realise about that. All good. Okay, thank you. Alright, thank you. Appreciate that. Bye-bye. Cheers, guys. The boss is happy. Yep.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. Hello, good evening and welcome here to TK Shuttle Reserve here for round 11 of the REA MPL here in South Australia. MetroStars versus Para Hills Knights for this one. First versus ninth in the table as it stands. We'll go through the starting lineups for both sides, starting with the home side of the MetroStars, starting in goal with number 1, Cody Ostrike, number 4, Noah McNamara, number 6, Jackson Fortunato, number 7, Hamish Gow, number 8, Christian Satira, number 9, Owen Windsor, number 11, Cameron Woodfin, number 21, Arby Molas, number 22, Jackson Walls, number 23, Scott Nagel, and number 25, Michael Chittini. As both captains head to the middle. Referees for tonight, Dion Turner in the middle with assistant referees Mark Padros and Ibrahim Saidi, as you see on screen now, conducting the coin toss. For Para Hills Knights, number 3, Jackson Merritt, number 5, Mark Ulaj, number 7, Gloria Amanda, number 8, Vian Kurikwamana, number 9, Abu Bakari Hussein, number 10, Diego Santos de Oliveira, number 14, Lawan Hassan, number 15, Lansana Smith, number 23, Harrison Conant, number 99, Yanni Delangis, and number 11, Ali Reyes Maradi. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill, to take you to this one, and join alongside me for the first time in a while, I think, is Alessio Carocci. Alessio, lovely to be alongside you once again.
Yeah, lovely to be here, Seb. Yeah, lovely to be here, Seb, at MetroStars home ground as well. First time I've been here this year with their new development, but yeah, the first time we've been together in probably a year.
It's a year and a half.
Yeah, so very excited. It's the biggest game on at this time tonight, so hopefully there's a lot of viewers watching, and hopefully they're here to see a great game. Both these teams really late goal specialists, so hopefully to see a lot of goals tonight. I think this is probably the first time I've seen Para Hills actually as well this season, Seb, commentating them or watching them in person. So I'm excited to see how they play. I know they've got a lot of talent in their ranks and they give a lot of youth a chance. So I'd like to see how they do as well. And they've got a few ins this week I have seen as well, straight from the off. Hussein's found his way back in the team after a couple of injuries earlier on in the season. And they seem to be firing at the moment on all cylinders up front. So very excited.
About to get underway here at TK Shutter Reserve. Good crowd building on that far side. This one a part of a double header. Metro United and Flinders United playing in the WNPL just about an hour ago. 5-1 the way of Flinders, but now our focus goes towards this one in the RANPL, which starts now. Ball launched that far side already and goes immediately out of play. Taken out of play, Rise Maradi just letting it roll. Throwing for Para Hills, all along that far side. Rolling along, Jackson Walls keeps it down and does win a free kick. All looking through the middle. Unable to reach Lansana Smith with the header. Headed forward once again by Merritt. Here's Gloria Amanda looking down the wing, battling against Scott Nagel. Needing to get past another in Chittadini, but unable to do so. And Para Hills on the attack early on so far. Owen Windsor battles for the ball there. And it will go out of play. Throwing goes back to Noah McNamara. And then across his back line. Back with Cody O striking goal. McNamara again. Ball over the top, should be kept and is caught by Yanni Delengis. I guess, Alessio, what should we expect from this game tonight, you think?
Yeah, I think the formations of both the teams as well, you can see that the front four of Para Hills are right on the back four of MetroStars, so it's mostly a man-for-man game in the midfield and in the defence. So for both teams, they're really going to be trying to beat their 1v1 battles, and a lot of talented players across the park. A lot we've seen from Metro over the years consistently, but for Para Hills, they're trying to find that consistency now, and no better task than up against one of the best defences in the league in MetroStars. There's Kurukumana gets a foul in the middle of the park. He's one to look out for as well, Seb. I know he's had a bit of a shapeshifter position, he likes to call it. He plays almost all the positions, found his way in the midfield at the moment.
Ball looking for Lansana Smith, but cut out by Nail. Continue on.
But yeah, I mean, that front four, and even though those midfield two for Para Hills could probably play in any 6 of those positions. So a team that's very used to playing a lot of positions will like to see what they can do in some good form. Here's Armando now.
Makes his way into the box after some nice passes and touches on the edge there. Merritt. Hussein finds Merritt right on the byline, cuts it back into the middle, and then the hit from Smith got taken away from him. Ball then put in by Amanda again. Ostrike had to be quick there. Was almost poked out of his hands. A goal kick.
Yeah, you could hear that from the coach here from MetroStars as well, saying to wake up for Cody Ostrike. A couple of intrusions into his box early on there, and he wasn't sure with that last picking up of the ball. But MetroStars are under the pump here early on. I mean, as we did say, it's a man-for-man game when Para Hills are trying to press this MetroStars team. So as long as they win their 1v1 battles, then it's going to be difficult for MetroStars to play out from the back now.
Noah McNamara wins that ball back. And that will go all the way back to Yanni Delengis. Looking long, but won't reach any teammate in particular. Although it will fall back to Lansana Smith. He is approaching towards the edge of the box, finds the pass in the middle, misses one, then hits another. And Ostrike having to get to work, as you said, under pressure already.
Yeah, and the striker there in Hussein, who's got a couple of goals in the recent few matches, and he's started well here, getting a nice shot on target there, through a couple of bodies, but it's a great strike and really trying to test the keeper. And Para Hills, they just seem to be on the front foot at the moment.
Woodfin on that far side, finds the ball forward, looking for Owen Windsor, and it will reach him. A very nice run there from Owen Windsor. Just couldn't get the touch through against Mark Coolidge, however. And I think you can hear the frustration on the bench already from Danny Greystone and the Metro Stars bench.
Yeah, it's a good crowd forming on the far side as well, you can see in the stands. And a start like this for Metro Stars is a bit unusual for them. I mean, in their last couple of games, they've only won by 1 goal or more, and some late drama in them as well. But to really start on the front foot in front of your home fans is something that I'm sure Danny Greystone urges his team every week. And just at the moment, they're a bit asleep in the defence and the attack.
Back to Noah McNamara. Here is Scott Nagel now. Finds the ball right along the line to Cittadini. Really battling for it, and then one back by Merritt. Ball forward from Diego. I've double-checked with what the best way to say his name is with Brazilian friend who's close to Diego Oliveira as well. And says it's best to just call him Diego when we call him. So if he scores, just call him Diego.
Yeah, well, it's very similar to another player we know very well, Bernardo Oliveira, and he just goes by Bernardo. So if they had names on the back of their shirt, sorry, I'm sure he would just have Diego. So we'll call him that from now on, and hopefully he can provide some of the spark here for Para Hills. I mean, he's in a deeper midfield role this week, but as we said, those front four and then the midfield too for Para Hills rotate throughout the game and throughout all the positions there. So if he's one of the ones to go forward, I'm sure there's someone who can drop in there. It looks like it's Conant now who just made that space for him there to go forward.
Nagel finds the ball on this close side and then quickly intercepted there by Ullage in front of Windsor. Did really well there. Here's the ball over the top for Amanda. Ostrike has to be quick, but it looks like it's in on goal from Gloria Amanda. And Para Hills find themselves 1-0 up in 7 minutes.
Well, glory Para Hills as they go 1-0 up, Seb. What a great goal that was. Just a little nick in behind there at the defence of Metro Stars. We said they've been asleep for this game so far, and Amanda there just put him to the test and think one over Ostrike there. 1-0 to probably the unfavoured team tonight.
The Canadian with his 3rd of the season for Para Hills. And already setting up a very interesting clash here at TK Shutter Reserve. And I think after how the opening minutes have gone, you could see that coming as well. There were shouts of the bench sort of just to Metro to wake up and sort of be attentive, and I think it's cost them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this game before kickoff, all the other results going around the league. This is a massive chance for Metro Stars to stake their claim as the leader in this NPLSA this season. I mean, the teams below them, Adelaide City got a late winner today. Beergrad, of course, lost and took them all the way down to, I think, 5th now in the league. And a couple of the lower-ranked teams obviously picked up those points. But to get a bit of a gap on the rest of the league, Metro Stars really need to win this game. And if it goes by their late form, then maybe they have something left to say in this game. But the way they've started right now is not a team accustomed to being top of the league.
We did look at those stats before the game. I think it was 15 or something like that. How many was it in the last 15 minutes? It was how many goals?
10 for Metro, but in all fairness, Para Hills scored 6 in the last 15 minutes of games as well. So that's the second most in the league. So maybe the league position doesn't really tell the true story, but otherwise they're creating a good account for themselves so far, Para Hills, and it just seems to be all paying off. I mean, we've seen in the last couple of years, and even at the start of the season, they maybe started off where a lot of people expected him near the bottom of the table, but they've provided some great wins so far this season, and at the moment they're on track to a great scalp here.
Merritt's fouled there near that corner flag, and they will win a free kick, Para Hills. What a start they've had. Actually, it will be a throw-in. My apologies. Header by Nagel, getting in the way. Abu Bakari Hussein winning that one, and then Diego looking for the ball forward. Jackson Walls chests it down. And he finds the head of Kurukwamana. And then rising high there was Noah McNamara. Owen Windsor trying to pounce against Ulaj. Both battling for the ball. Merritt loses out. Here's Owen Windsor again. Is that a foul? There it is. Free kick for Metro in a dangerous area too. Chittadini and Gao, the two over it, which you would expect for MetroStars in a free kick. Referee Dion Turner just telling the wall where they can be set up.
And if it is the right foot of Chittadini, we've seen some great free kicks go over into the goals the last couple of weeks, surprisingly from Hisamoto. We'll see what he can do.
Here's Michael Chittadini, direct on goal. Just goes over the bar.
It was a good strike. I mean, most people have probably expected Gao there to probably whip it in front of the defence, but on that occasion, Chittadini's taken the reins and gone to strike, and it's not a bad one. It's not a bad effort. I mean, it was dipping right in front of the keeper, and he obviously put a hand up there just in case because it was dipping and very dangerous, but otherwise, that's probably the first opportunity there for MetroStars to actually get forward and create something meaningful, but I'm sure they've got more to come.
That goal kick went long forward, and that will be a foul on the far side. Do you think Metro maybe just caught off guard and in a bit of an unexpected and unusual situation for them at the moment?
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I mean, I haven't watched too much of them this year, but from their results and some of the highlights I've seen of them, besides that round one against Campbelltown where they were superb, maybe just break here for a big chance for Woodfin.
Cameron Woodfin making his way into the box. Here's Owen Windsor putting it across to the back post. Header from Hamish Gow. Finds the back of the net and getting the equaliser. Making it 1-1, 12 minutes in already.
Yeah, score return provided there. Owen Windsor, we normally see him take those shots or get the ones at the back post, but that was an excellent ball from him to find Gow free by himself at the back post, and a textbook header for him. Just put it one way of the keeper, and they're back in this game. What a start. We talked about these teams being the late game specialists. Well, we're 10 minutes in and there's 2 goals, Seb.
Ignore my question from just before as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they're a bit surprised, but we know what a team they are and how they can get back in games so quickly. But I just think this is the way they probably have started some of their games the last couple of weeks.
Here's a ball over the top for Abu Bakari Hussein. Finds the touchdown. He is right up against Fortunato there. Here's Diego. Finding a cross in for Lansana Smith. He'll put the ball back into the middle. Needs to find the turn and touch is Kurukwamana. That looked suspiciously like a handball. Wasn't called. Conant, no foul there. Owen Windsor will look to use his body and try and turn, as he does tend to do so in that forward roll. And that's a poor ball down the wing.
Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, I'm not sure if it's just a bit of a falling asleep early in the games for MetroStars, but it just seems like they don't really make their chances count in the first half of games. Looking at their stats, I think before as well, seeing they only scored, I think, 5 or 6 goals in first half, compared to Para Hills, who scored, I think, the most first half goals for a team in all the league this season. But I just think MetroStars, obviously with the quality they have and the coaching they have as well, they just seem to stay in games long enough to have the quality to finish them off later on. But yeah, I think this is become a bit of the norm for MetroStars this season, just finding their way into games, then finding their star players on the ball. We see Windsor here finding it again in a good gap.
Oh, Windsor, the pace that he has is quite deceiving. Right along the byline, needs to find the touch in. And Delangus was quick to get down low and capture. Such an active opening first 14 minutes now already between these two. As we said last time these two sides played, it ended 0-0. And I already feel like even at 1-1, we've still got plenty more goals to come. Here's Lansana Smith battling against Scott Nagel. Asking for a foul is Smith, but will not be given, and instead will go out for a goal kick. Ball on that far side, goes out of play.
And on the other hand, Seb, I mean, Para Hill's sitting in 9th in the league at the moment, and a team that hasn't picked up as many points as they'd like over the last few weeks. I mean, they did salvage a draw against Raiders, a team that they should hopefully be trying to get above, as we see Woodfin enter the box here, but good defending by Ulaj. But they really need to pick up points if they want to stay in touch with potentially the top 6, or at least distance themselves from the bottom 2, where any points today could probably leap them above Adelaide Comets, who got a win today as well. But otherwise, they want to try and distance themselves from those bottom 2 who haven't been picking up points very much over the last couple of weeks. Raiders obviously conceding a 90th minute equaliser today. West Torrens Bacala as well on Friday night, losing to Croydon Kings at home there as well. So with both those teams below you losing, picking up any points, I mean, more than one is what you would hope, is going to be massive for you guys in your case of survival, or even making the top 6. Here's Windsor.
Delangis manages to make the capture. And I suppose going back to the point, this is probably one of the bigger NPL seasons of recent time due to the upcoming Australian Championship, which is happening in the, I think it's the team that finishes first in the league, gets that automatic qualification, and that is yet to be completely undecided, and I think I've got really no clue who I think could finish top at the end of the season at the moment.
Well, that's a good thing to have. I mean, across the other leagues as well, about 4 or 5 of the teams in their league are already qualified for that, so you never know if it's going to be the 5th position, the 6th position. You've got to finish as the highest non-foundation club to make that group. So for us here, I mean, it's a battle for one spot, and no one else has got one in the state, so you're going to be the state's leading club in that competition. So
ball comes into the area at the back post and does find a corner.
And for Para Hills, I mean, Seb, you've watched them a few times this season. Is this almost like a free hit for them? I mean, they're usually trying to they expect to probably pick up some points against teams around them in the league, but facing a team top of the league in some quite good form as well in Metro, is this almost a chance for them to show what they can do against top sides and maybe even salvage a point or two?
I think the thing about Para Hills is they're probably one of the hardest teams to predict in the league. They're inconsistent in a good way, I guess, which makes it entertaining. You don't know where they're going to go next. We see this corner come in, which is headed away. But even looking at recent results, they drew 2 with Adelaide United. They had that 5-2 win a couple weeks ago against Campbelltown, then losing to Adelaide City, lost against FKB Grad, had that draw against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. They're just so hard to predict. And I suppose sometimes that inconsistency of results might come back at the end of the season and tend to hurt them possibly.
Well, yeah, I think a big thing for them as well is 4 draws this year in the league. The only other team is a relegation candidate in West Torrens Bacala. And those draws obviously helped Bacala at the start of the season, entering the NPL for the first time in a couple of years, getting some positive results and not losing was great. But for Para Hills, they're a team that want to stay out of that zone, and for them they just probably got to finish off some games, get some more goals that are harder to come back from to pick up all 3 points. But getting quite a lot of draws in your opening games is not the best kind of record to have. I mean, just looking at it now, 3 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. So I think that they're probably the most middling team in the league at the moment when you see fixtures like that and results like that. But getting a result here maybe, or even picking up all 3 points, I think really kickstart anyone's season.
Good ball from McNamara, went long, but just didn't reach Chittini in the end. Has that beautiful left boot that she can find a pass from almost anywhere at centre back. Can Noah McNamara. RA8, proud supporters of football South Australia. 1-1 in 19 minutes played on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Love the game. Why not study at Flinders University? Now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry at Flinders University. Good touch by Woodfin. Takes himself down the wing, having to battle against Lawan Hassan. Woodfin still with it, puts it in the middle. It's a good turn and shot from Windsor. Just couldn't find the target. Owen Windsor looking to add to his 7 so far for the season. A bit of an interesting, I guess, player, because when you look back at the likes of Ren Nagamatsu from last year and James Temwalkovsky, they always seem to be dominant in their matches, whereas Owen Windsor has scored 7 goals, but you don't really tend to think of him as that dominant player. He's really a poacher and just sort of tends to finish as the opportunities he gets sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you can see his all-round game as well. The gaps that he gets into. I mean, seeing his assist tonight, I'm going to have to look at those stats at halftime, how many he's got as well. But I'm sure it's a couple, 2 or 3. So he really provides for his teammates as well. And for a big-name striker, you're probably a big import in this season. You wouldn't expect that. I mean, some of them that come over here from interstate or overseas, they just want to be on the end of the goals. They want to see the stats themselves. But you can see, obviously, Danny Greystone's coaching has allowed him to just fit into this team seamlessly, not be too cocky or hog the ball as much. And he just provides for others, which is great to see, and a great addition to their front line where they've had such success in the past with Nagamatsu, Temwalkovsky, even Callisto in the past. So,
commentator's curse right then, I think.
yeah, maybe, well, I mean, this time maybe he's provided Woodfin a chance to stretch his legs and press the defence instead of a shot on goal. But, yeah, it just seems like they've worked it out at the moment, MetroStars. I mean, if you look at their formation as well right now, you'd probably think that it's very similar to Para Hills, but with the way that Woodfin's playing, he's probably playing as a deeper 10 than what Para Hills have with Armanda, Hussein, Smith and Conant. So he's probably staying a bit more deeper and in a 3-man midfield rather than trying to force the back line of Para Hills to turn over the ball to them and have a shot on goal themselves. So I think that, yeah, he's been a great in so far, and I think we'll see a few more of them for MetroStars coming in. Even Albi Mollis came through this season. He's had a great couple of weeks in the squad. And even his last few games have been some of his best, according to some of the MetroStars faithful as well. So it's a great in for him as well. And a player who was looking for this type of form over the last couple of years. He played at a couple of teams, Comets, Olympic. Obviously had that great start at Adelaide United youth team. But it's great to see him find his feet here at MetroStars and really fit into a team that is very hard to come into. We've seen some of the other signings they've made only on the bench or even playing the reserves or even out of the squad altogether. So to see him start in that midfield in such a dangerous team, I think it is great to see.
Albi Mollis as well, of course, an Albanian youth international too. Has that experience under his belt as well, as we see Para Hills get forward. Conant trying to look in for a ball against Hamish Gow. Of course, he himself a Para Hills Knights junior, Hamish Gow. Hassan. Conant finds a nice ball out wide. Goes back to Harrison Conant. Back to Lawan Hassan. Just trying to assess his options and getting almost stuck there. Needs to out quickly, and it will go all the way back to Yanni Delengis. And Delengis in turn looking long. Header should be won by Jackson Walls and is done so. Oh, strike now. McNamara finds the close ball, but just getting it wrong that time around. And normally those are the type of balls he has on point.
Yeah, they've dropped a bit deep after that goal that they've scored in the last couple of minutes. Para Hills probably having the lion's share of possession and having some chances on goal as well. But it just seems like both teams are trying to feel each other out. Neither of them creating a lot of possession and trying to hold the ball in good areas. And yeah, it just seems to be blocked up by a couple of those free kicks that are just happening around the middle of the park as well. But that one was won by Mollis again. We did talk about him. There's, of course, some other signings that we might see later today who are on the bench for MetroStars as well. But I thought it was good to point out as well Jackson Fortunato, who's almost solidified his spot at centre back next to McNamara. It's another young player they've brought into the team, and with the signings they made at centre back, and they've gone with their own instead as well. So it really goes to show the great confidence that Danny Greystone has in his own players, the ones he's trained up over the last couple of years, and such a versatile player in Fortunato, who finds his way in that centre back. We're talking all about the Para Hills ones, but him himself can play in a varied amount of attacking positions, but of course mostly central, and at the moment it's defensive.
I think that's something we spoke about as well, the amount of options they had at centre back, and they'll be challenged here by Gloria Amanda. Finds the ball into the middle. He's shouting for something. I'm not too sure what. I'm not sure where it went, to be honest. I thought it was bound for the back of the net, but it might have just taken a deflection. Just rolled wide, in fact.
Just rolled wide of the post, and he's created a little gap there to have a strike there, Hussein. And after his early one in this half, that's a good opportunity for him. It's obviously between legs, but it's just bouncing around in the box there. And the defensive Metro just haven't been able to contain Amanda specifically, I think. And now he's the one who's providing for his teammates to get a few more opportunities on goal. And the longer this carries on, Para Hills have got the quality to hurt you at points as well.
I mean, that's another signing which has almost come out of nowhere as Gloria Amanda. We didn't really know too much about him, but the experience he's already had. He's a Canadian youth international, once played alongside now Canada captain Alphonso Davies, played for Vancouver Whitecaps, played in the Austrian Bundesliga, has a goal in that too. It's a ridiculously experienced signing for the NPL in general, really.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere.
It goes to him as well as, and we talked about Oliveira, who played the last couple of seasons here, but where they've picked up these players from, they've just fitted the style the Para Hills play, and especially Amanda as well. I mean, the start of the season, they tried to play three up front, and they're trying to rotate if he was a striker, if he was a winger, if he was a midfielder, and just the role he's playing now is in that 10 position. I mean, he can be a striker if he needs to be, but he can drop deep and pick up the ball, and that's obviously where he's dangerous. We've talked about the experience that he had as well, playing in the college as well system. And we've seen so many of those players come into the league now, and they've just exploded and done so well. So he's another one to add to that case, and we're going to see how good he can do the rest of the season. But in this game so far, it's the tale of the two strikers, Seb.
Yanni Delangis puts that long as he possibly can. Metro have it, though. Is that a foul? No, says the referee. Just a throw-in. As we near the half-hour mark here at TK Shutter Reserve. Currently 15 degrees here. Decent football weather. I'm sure you've experienced colder up at Mount Barker.
Yeah, I mean, last night was probably the coldest I've been. I think it was like 6 degrees by the time the second half was rolling around, but at least the excitement there probably kept it nice and warm. But obviously, it's actually not that cold here tonight. I mean, we're expecting that big weather storm, I guess, tomorrow more and into the night on Sunday, but otherwise, here it's quite good. I don't even have to bring my gloves out. I mean,
I've got mine in my pocket.
Exactly the same for me, and I thought I might have to bring them. And well, we're up here nice and high, that it maybe has a bit of a gale blowing, but it's not that much. No. I watched my team, Mount Barker, in the reserves play today about 12 o'clock, and it was blowing a gale then. But since then, the later the night's gone, it just seems to have calmed down, and yeah, it's quite good weather. I mean, for me, it's still long sleeve kit weather, but
it's always long sleeve kit weather for you. As here goes Chittadini, puts in a ball through, finds Woodfin. Was almost trying to flick it back, I think, there.
Yeah, we were talking about long sleeve kits. The two of them linked up there, Chittadini and Woodfin, sporting that great kit of theirs, and yeah, they've won the corner there in a dangerous position, and be interesting to see now where Chittadini puts this one. If he might go short here. Might go short here where Gow is just in front of him.
Corner for MetroStars. Finds the back post. Again, rising for a header there. Ball pass taken back, and a good challenge in as well to win it back. Ball right to the byline, needs to be cut back, finds the middle. Here is Chittadini, has the strike on goal. Has to be saved by Delengis as well. And out for another corner.
Great save that from Delengis. I mean, it looked like it might have been sneaking to probably hit the post there at the near post, but it was great from Chittadini as well to shape and shoot himself. A couple of other players probably would have passed that off, but he's a very dangerous attacker and he's looking to shoot whenever he can, and that was a great opportunity to, and he's produced a really good save there from Yanni Delengis.
Another corner, delivered low that time around. Not sure if that was meant to be so. McNamara possibly pushing.
We're still alive there, and there was a couple of players probably switched off there to attack that one because the referee didn't judge it to be a foul at all, and it just popped up there and no one was ready for MetroStars.
Merritt just heading that one out for a throw. Half an hour now into the match. And the two early goals from either sides are what separate us at the moment. Nagel. That one just poked through by Hamish Gow. Cameron Woodfin now, who has had a brilliant season so far. 5 goals already for the American. As a midfielder, it's quite impressive. Here's Gow. Finds the American in Cameron Woodfin. Back to Noah McNamara. Nagel puts it down the wing. Chittadini trying to go against and just using footwork to try and maneuver his way through. Does so successfully. Windsor putting a ball into the area. And well captured by Delengis there.
Yeah, it was a great little run there from Windsor as well. I mean, that ball looked like it was going to nobody, and he was the first one to react, get it past Ulaj and get a decent ball in the box. So he's really a front-footed player along Windsor, and seems like he's really quick off the mark as well.
Here's Hamish Gow. Of course, MetroStars as well. Big swing and a miss there from Ali Reyes Maradi. But of course, they're through to the Australia Cup preliminary rounds final. But it's the semi-finals here of the Federation Cup here at MetroStars. The cup draw, I'm sure, to be soon. It will be one of FK Beograd, Croatia Raiders, or
West Orange Bacala.
West Orange Bacala. I forgot the last one there for a second there.
Great touch there from Windsor.
Actually, no, Adelaide Comets, I think. Here's Chittadini. Having the strike on goal. Finds the back post. Yes, we're getting confused because they played each other twice in the same week, I think. And I think Bacala won 1-0 in the league, and then Comets beat them 3-0 in the cup. So those are the final 4 there. But I think as a neutral, I think people are hoping for a Beograd Croatia Raiders semi-final.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say as well, if it was West Orange Bacala, all the teams that had gotten through to the next round of the cup had lost this weekend. But, of course, it was Adelaide Comets, and they did win tonight. But otherwise, yeah, Beograd losing and Croatia Raiders losing as well in the league. So a few of those teams who are involved in that, even you talk about the teams who got knocked out of there then in Adelaide Hills Hawks, Campbelltown, a few of them had, it was difficult to them to get up to for today's game or yesterday's game if only them played on Friday. But a few of those teams, some of them had 3 games in 7 days, so they really struggled injury-wise with how they were going to track for this weekend. So it'd be interesting to see how long some of these players from MetroStars can last tonight because they've had a quick turnaround too. So
Delengis with the goal kick. Looks long. Windsor gets down low for the header. Cameron Woodfin now. Chittadini just putting a foot in and then again winning the ball back. Owen Windsor finds himself out in the wing, putting in a very good cross. Finds the edge of the area. The strike on goal is over the bar from RB Molas. Not the goal kick. Looking long. Headed on. Conant shouts of a handball. There's Jackson Walls there. He was fouled, but I think advantage will be played. It is. Chittadini finds Owen Windsor. He's peeled out wide. His ball to the centre, though, cleared away by Diego. Both battling there, Molas and Conant. We'll back to the other 23 and Scott Nagel. Windsor. Good touchdown by Conant. He's kept it in play, although given back to MetroStars. Nearly just getting the ball stuck in his own legs there. And again, Metro regain it. A real battle coming in here, right in this corner. Windsor finds his way out of it. And then again, Owen Windsor, nice ball into the middle, cleared away. And that one headed back. McNamara with it now. Finds Molas, intercepted by Diego. Gloria Manda has the pace to get through. Clatters into one. Fortunato getting back to his feet. Amanda still with it. He's gone out wide now. And that ball will be taken care of.
Great to see as well the improvement for Para Hills. I mean, one of the last games I did watch was obviously when they lost heavily against Playford earlier in the season. But you can just see the defensive situations they're in now. They're much more solid. I mean, Ulaj didn't start that game and he came on and had a great game off the bench. But if he's one of the ins they've had over the past and has kept his spot over the last few weeks as well, it's been a fantastic back four. I mean, even young Jackson Merritt has come in and out over the last couple of weeks as well at fullback. But it just seems like they really turned a corner, Para Hills, and are not a team to be laughed at or to be expected to lose every week or going to struggle in the league, because the way they play and the way they defend is quite good for a team that not many people expect much of. So the longer they go into this game, I'm sure they take more confidence from defending against this front line of MetroStars, one of the best in the league, with some of the top goal scorers in the league as well. So if they can keep improving, I think Para Hills are going to be a team to look out for.
Just a stoppage in play due to injury. Not too sure who's down at the moment, but we'll be back underway soon, I would imagine. Just looking at some results from today. Blue Eagles 4-0 over Cumberland United. Sturt beating Salisbury United 3-1 with only 10 as well. South Adelaide beating Pontian Eagles 4-0. Cobras a 2-1 win with only 10 against Cove. West Adelaide and Fulham playing out a 0-0 draw, and Vipers winning 2-1 against Adelaide Olympic in State League 1.
Yeah, a couple of interesting results there. I mean, there's probably a relegation 6-pointer there between South Adelaide and Pontian, and South Adelaide have really clearly shown why they obviously not the bottom team in the league, but they're definitely clear of Pontian at the moment. Such a commanding win there. Elsewhere in the league, some late drama there at Cobras and Cove with red cards, disallowed goals, and even a late winner there for Cobras, who have gone to a ground that a lot of people have found difficult to get points at. They're at the Southern Sports Facility, and they picked up all three. So you let us know how the State League 1 table goes, but it's still a bit close there in the middle for the top six, but both the top two teams won today, and they're creating a bit of a gap now on West Adelaide.
Well, that top six consisting of top to bottom: Sturt, Blue Eagles, West Adelaide, Fulham, Salisbury and Olympic. Cove, Cumberland, Vipers and Cobras in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, and in those two relegation zones, South Adelaide leapfrogging Pontian, who are now in last in 12th place, and South Adelaide in 11th. But still very tight, as you said, in that middle section.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both of the top two teams are in some fantastic form now. Probably about 5 or 6 wins in their last 7 games.
Here's a ball over the top from Para Hills, but it is offside. Continue on, Alessio.
Yeah, I was going to say that both of them in great form, the top two teams there, so they're really struggling for one to pick who's going to go up or not. But West Adelaide getting that little draw, if they wanted to get closer to those top two in that automatic spot, they've not done enough today to really provide some breathing room with the rest of the league. And they're still 10 points off Sturt. Is West Adelaide in third. So the further it gets, it's going to be more of a two-horse race. Great touch there from Woodfin.
Pass from Woodfin going to RB Molas. Final 5 minutes of the half. Back to Jackson Fortunato. Of course, awarded with the 2023 John Aloisi Rising Star Award at the Celebration of Football. And I think you can see why he was awarded that award. Regularly playing first team football now with Metro. Here's Windsor. Finds Chittadini out wide. Battling against Merritt. Scott Nagel now. Molas again. Here's McNamara. Again with that left boot of his. Finds the perfect ball. He's put out wide. Put back into the centre. Chested down by Diego. Satira just getting in the way of him, however. And then Para Hills winning it back. Played down the wing. It's a good opportunity for them brewing here. But Metro Stars are quick to get numbers back as well.
He's another star player, Harrison Connor. We haven't seen the most of him so far this game, but we've seen it a few times this season. The strikes he can have from range are unbelievable sometimes, and it goes to show why. I mean, in the off-season, he did have a bit of interest here from Metro Stars to sign in the off-season, and I'm sure a few other clubs around the league were looking for his services too, but it's great to see him stay loyal to Para Hills, who've given him the opportunity to play first team consistently, and that's obviously after coming across the border from Mulberry Jets to Para Hills, and he's just found it really good in this Para Hills team, and he's just contributed more and more in the NPL, so the more he'll be on the radar for some of these higher experienced and probably high pay packet teams in the league, but otherwise he's been such a bargain for Para Hills to going forward and getting some of the goals they have in the games, and he's even started this season in some good form as well. So hopefully with some more attackers to help him out this season, he'll really show his creative goal-making chances as well from the front.
Even the likes of Lionel Muhatira's on the bench for Metro Stars, who was a standout for Para Hills last year. Hasn't played too much football though, at least in the league, for Metro Stars as of yet. But he was certainly one of those players to really help Para Hills stay up in the NPL last season, defending from the back. Here's Diego. Finds Amanda. Well done by Conant there. His pass might be overcooked. No, Lansana Smith does get there. Kurukumana was calling for the short ball back, and it will be cleared away. Para Hills will get a throw out of it.
Very entertaining as well to see that the high pressure of this game here, with no one wanting to take any sting out of it, not trying to slow it up with some free kicks. Anytime it's in a dangerous area for either team, it seems to be just played so quickly, one touch, two touch football, and they're just not giving it up easy, either team. So it's going to be a dangerous game for both sets of fans to try and predict.
That was a strong one in there. Here's a free kick. Perhaps maybe lucky it wasn't even a yellow card. I think the Metro Stars bench asking the same question in these final minutes of the half, not including additional.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice, strong challenge, but that's what you get from this Para Hills team. They're not willing to go down without a fight, and that front four is really strong as well in the tackle, so the more pressure they put on this back line of Metro Stars, they're not going to give them an inch. So I don't think that was uncharacteristic from any of the attackers from Para Hills, but it's good to see that the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket and letting this game flow, and the football's on show tonight. It's not being slopped up by a lot of bookings, a lot of dangerous challenges. It's just hard, fast-paced football, and it's a great viewing so far.
Hoping for plenty of more goals too. The two reserve sides played out earlier this afternoon right before the WNPL game, finishing 5-3 the way of Metro Stars, and even a red cards to Daniel Cavoto for a second yellow. Right after that, Para Hills making it 3-3 from the spot. And then 5 minutes later, Metro scoring a fourth and then a fifth in the 97th minute for the reserves there. It was quite loud here when I was here earlier when those last couple went in.
Well, that's great to see. I mean, the louder it is, it means there's a lot of good fans here, and that's the next upcoming talent for MetroStars. You see a few of them on the bench in the last few games and even tonight, and they really give the youth a chance as well. I'm sure a lot of them train with the squad during the week as well. But the more people you get out to the reserves and the more good players you produce from the reserves, the better your club's going to be. And that's probably why you see Metro in a stage like this, where probably most of their team is under 25 as well. So it's a successful team, a high-quality team, and a young team too.
Well, I was actually doing my research looking at the ages of the Metro squad as a whole, and I'm pretty sure that there's only one player over 30, and that's Scott Nagel. Even I think the next youngest is, at least tonight, is Cameron Woodfin at 29, which is still relatively young for a footballer.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, their age average goes down with Fabian Barriero out at the moment with an injury. But otherwise, yeah, they're such a young team. The signings they made in the off-season, I mean, you got young Porter as well who's come in, even the sub-goalkeeper there, Yorgos Katsumbas. So they're trying to bring in young players as well, and the ones who've been here for a couple of years, they're still young as well, but they've been here for quite a number of years that they're almost one of the experienced players in the league and the team. So they're really going with a strategy, MetroStars, and it seems to be paying off. I mean, they're probably the most consistent team over the last 3 years in this league, and they're always 1, 2, or 3, and always in the semi-finals or the finals of every competition. So they're a team that has made it work over the off-seasons, and the way that they've played as well, it's an inviting club to come as if you're an import or a player looking to move during the league season. So
header goes over the top, is cleared back, might find Lansana Smith. Should be captured by Kodio Strikers. We are in to additional time now heavily. Pretty much awaiting the whistle of Dion Turner to end the first half. Here come Para Hills again. Amanda finds the ball in the middle, but it's just a bit too much perhaps for Conan. He just judges it wrong as well, perhaps. Molas. Satira. Woodfin now has Scott Nagel and does use him as the close option. Michael Cittadini. Nice footwork there, Satira looking for Cittadini again. Satira will try and win it back. It's a bit of a mess there and ends up in half-time, in fact.
Yeah, fortunately, I thought they were going to give away a foul there, and Cittadini was almost going to go through on goals. He's explained to the referee now, but into a half, entertaining start. Did peter out a little bit in that first half in the end, but with a little break there, I'm sure both teams are going to come out firing and looking to take home all 3 points. So going to the break, 1-1, and we'll see what they come out with in the second half.
Lovely game. Why not study at Flinders University? Now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work, and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry. Half-time here at TK Shutter Reserve. Do not go anywhere. I'm sure plenty of more goals to happen. These teams tend to score late on in matches. Half-time score, MetroStars 1, Para Hills Knights 1.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability, and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability, and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
we all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Shoots and it's gone in! Shot from the edge of the corner of the 18-yard box and Luke Ruggiero unable to pick that out, and that's gone in at the far post.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Shot from the edge of the corner of the 18-yard box and Luke McGarry unable to pick that out, and that's gone in at the far post. And he's done so, and he's made it 2-0. Contender for goal of the week. He knows Luke Magetto off his line, and he's chipped him from about 25 yards out, and he's taken a 2-0 lead.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
What I'm excited about, like the most, how we can come together, learn about everybody, because we're not the same, but we're somehow the same.
The community came to government to express their concerns about young people. It is our role to listen and it's our role to act.
There's so many kids wanting to play the game from all walks of life.
African Youth Program was established to help Africans through sport, cultural identity, mentorship.
Having a program that's going to target the African children, given it's their sport of choice, presents a huge opportunity to link participation in football with education, which is a perfect thing.
I think the African Youth Program will be a very inclusive program with different teams, different schools coming to play with us.
It's like a very big opportunity to expand skills, knowledge, and in different areas of life.
Most of the kids will grow from this program to be able to become valuable, positive contributors in our society.
Like a voice to be spoken with and not being scared to show your skills.
This empowerment program has many different aspects to it, and of course sport is one of those, but it's actually really about finding your place in the world.
I think everybody's pushing in the one direction to make sure that we can make a real difference.
It's not just a game, it's a very passionate sport that millions of people around the world love to play. That's what football is.
Ryan with the free kick. Hands off Cameron Woodfins. Oh, what a save. What a save by Cody Ostreich.
Lining up. He's sent into the area. And it's great save there from Woodlands. And we'll give another corner in the end, but
Have all 3 points tonight. Although welcome back to TK Shutter Reserve. Second half here between MetroStars and Para Hills Knights. 1-1 at the break was an exciting first 10 minutes or so, 50 minutes of the first half even, but last bit of it tended to slow down a little bit, but I'm sure we're expecting a lot more and even some more goals in this second half for Alessio Carrocci.
Yeah, I mean, they started that first half with such a fiery attack, but the way that second half petered out, I mean, neither team really were creating some great opportunities. They were trying to get into good areas, but just haven't seen the best of some of the players, especially those front four besides Amanda, specifically Conan and a bit Hussein. Haven't seen them in the attacking third as much as we'd like. They're defending a bit deeper and trying to block passing lanes instead of trying to pick it up and create some attacks. But saying that, for MetroStars, I mean, Chiradini's come into the game so well in that first half, and he's just got onto it now. But yeah, he's getting really into this game now, Seb, and if anything, I'm expecting him to have a great second half here and hopefully provide the goals we're after.
Here's Hamish Gow on the ball. Fortunato going back to O-strike.
And talking about Hamish Gow as well, another type of goal for him this evening. We've seen him score penalties, seen him score free kicks, seen him score some long ranges as well, but I don't think he's probably had too many headers.
I wouldn't expect a header, to be honest.
I doubt there'd be too many headers in his locker over the last couple of seasons, but in an area like that, I guess it's pretty straightforward what you have to do. And he just executed it well enough.
Manda did well trying to get forward there, just got halted at the final hurdle. Satira couldn't find that ball through. Conant now. Diego. Back with Lawan Hassan. Looking long, perhaps for Amanda, but we'll have to battle against Jackson Fortunato. Amanda trying to get in front of him. Jackson Walls now. Amanda maybe fouling and is doing so. In fact, we booked for it too.
Yeah, he had a few in the first half that were a bit on the edge, and I think he's had 2 bites at the cherry there to try and pick it off of Fortunato and into the defensive walls there as well. So I think it's pretty deserved he's picked up that booking, but for him, he probably just needs to calm himself down a bit and get more attempts on the ball instead, and maybe leave some of that pressing to Hussein and the other players for Para Hills and try and get him involved at the end of moves rather than trying to pick off the Metro possession.
Windsor does well, nearly finding that ball perfectly out wide. Ulash. Diego. Finds a nice ball over the top down the wing. Only taking himself to the byline, however, needs to find a close option to make a pass. Goes back to Diego. Puts a ball in, headed away. Might get a second bite at it. Needed to be judged and spoken well there between those two to try and win the ball back. Whereas Marotti might have just found himself slightly out of position for a moment there, decided to try and press.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to go out and press Jackson Walls there, the opposite fullback, but he got the call from his coach to sit back, get back in the defensive line and worry about the attacker that's going next to you instead of trying to pick off that ball, and now Satira's just got the touch ahead of him.
He goes right down the wing, and a strong challenge in from Ali Rise Maradi forces the throw. You can hear the instructions being dealt very clearly there by Danny Greystone. McNamara. Nagel. Nearly losing the ball on his footing, but does well to continue on with it. With 3 in front of him there, did Chittadini. Was always going to be a struggle to get through them. And that will be a corner.
Man, his feet are just mesmerising sometimes. I mean, just on that far side, we thought he lost it a couple of times. Drove in, couldn't find anyone, still kept it and looked for the Meg on that occasion as well, and just about got the deflection out for the corner. But he's just created so many challenges out there for that right fullback of Para Hills, and I think it's bound to happen, and he's going to get past him and create something big for Metro.
Ball comes into the area, finds on Windsor at the back post. He has the strike with his left. Will be beaten for pace, however, right along this touchline, and will go out of play, just rolling. Conant finds the pass, perhaps luckily. Still with it, just being handled a bit there, and the referee does see that from Fortunato. Gone quickly, Diego into the middle. The pace seems to have picked up all of a sudden. Amanda. Ali Rise Maradi now. Back to Lawan Hassan, out Ulaj. And that's a late one from Hamish Gow. It will be a free kick to Para Hills.
asking for the booking as well there for Gowan, and I'm not sure he's going to get it, but definitely some great body work there from Oliveira, getting the pressure from behind him and getting his body in front. But the booking is not forthcoming for Hamish Gow.
Diego to deliver this one in.
Good area there from Diego Oliveira. Put it into a dangerous spot just ahead of that 6-yard box, but no one really attacked it, and they probably got caught trying to deal with the defending pressure coming from MetroStars, trying to hold on to them, and nobody got a real run at that one. But it's a good area, and their set pieces are going to be dangerous if they've got some players to attack them in the future, Para Hills.
Clearance from McNamara. Won't stay in play, but I'll resume with the goal kick.
Yeah, I thought the spin might have just kept it alive there for Armando, but they really, again, started to put some pressure on this MetroStars back line, and probably in most games would have that courtesy of the attackers giving them the time to make the pass and trying to recover from there. But tonight it seems like they're stepping on Para Hills and trying to force these defenders to go long, and hopefully they'll win that second.
Ball played to Conant. Touch just a little bit wayward. Ball's getting on the end of it. Free kick given him. Maybe was it for the challenge from Conant?
I think it was, but if you probably looked back on replay, I don't think he made contact with him actually, and both of them probably pulled out, but maybe he got his foot stuck there, walls in between that tackle, but won't be much doing there for sure.
Alrighty, winning that header there, getting it to Conant, then getting it back to Diego. Hassan. Looking long. Amanda has been so active in this match, trying to create anything forward, nearly taking the touch pass there. Has popped up with a goal, of course, the first of the night. Hamish Gow nearly his touch evading himself and giving it away. Nagel needs to get there first. Does do so, but his ball forward doesn't make it initially. That one will go all the way back to Ostrike, perhaps unconventionally. And then once again the same.
What a touch there from Woodfin.
Wow.
Ball came down with some ice on it, and he still managed to get it through the legs of Kuruk Romano and win the foul as well.
The booking as well against...
I think it might have been, was it Oliveira maybe who got the booking? Maybe Conant?
Yeah, I think so. Not allowing it to be taken quickly. Dion Turner. Fortunato receiving it from that free kick. Poor giveaway in midfield there. Molas. That wind just starts to pick up a little bit. It's not been too bad tonight though, as we see a foul there and a free kick for Para Hills.
Yeah, both teams specifically as well. They seem to get their body in front of the ball very well to win these free kicks. I mean, I almost call it the Alex Mullen-esque free kick, where you just wait for the contact, sit in front of the ball enough for someone to overcommit, and then you win the free kick. But both teams just seem to be doing it so well, and it's slowing down the game a little bit when they're struggling to get out of the pressure from the back. But yeah, the game has been mostly contested tactically. And
here come Para Hills. Conant right on the edge of the area, finds Amanda. Can he get the touch right? He does. Can he do the same with the shots? Nearly cleared away in the end. But once again, Gloria Amanda causing havoc to the MetroStars defence.
Great footwork in the box there. The fake shot onto his left, and the angle was closing in on him as he tried that with his left foot, but he made it a good go at it. Smacked it into the upright there and almost came back to Hussein, but a great attacking foray there for Para Hills as they win it in the middle of the park. As I said, this game is being mainly contested tactically rather than any physical battles and trying to get in the heads of the opponents. It's just great formation versus a great team as well, and both teams, they seem to be just at a stalemate at the moment, but I'm sure the floodgate's going to open, as we said, the 60th minute onwards where they start scoring their goals, both teams.
75th, I think, last 15 minutes, and they might look to get another one here. I'm not sure what the idea was there, but yeah, I think it was those last 15 minutes tends to be where these sides tend to do some magic. Diego under a bit of pressure from both Woodfin and Satira. Bit of pushing and shoving, but all fair in the eyes of the referee. And here comes Lansana Smith forward, if not for the header of McNamara. Nearing towards the hour mark now here at TK Shutter Reserve. 15 degrees as well, a cool night for football. Here's Windsor. Plays a nice ball to Hamish Gow. Plays it out to the wing. Put back in. Here's Hamish Gow. And luckily Ulaj for Para Hills getting in the way of that one.
Yeah, great little foray again, that time from end to end, side to side as well for MetroStars. And they got the free man away there in Chittadini, and he decided to cut it back to the player who played it to him in Gow. And the angle was, again, a bit tough for Gow to try and create a shot there with all the players in front of him. But again, it's just great to see how quickly they can go from off strike all the way down the other end to Gow in the box, MetroStars. And Para Hills can do that as well. If they pick it off there in the midfield, they're accustomed to driving forward and creating a 4v3 at the back too.
Cameron Woodfin in acres of space there to receive the ball. He looks forward. Is he fouled there? Yes. Free kick for MetroStars.
Might be another booking. I thought he reached into the pocket there, the referee, but again, body in the way, and he just shifted the ball enough to invite the contact. And again, it's a dangerous situation for a set piece, and those two men over the top of it, Chittadini and Gow, they can put it anywhere.
I think they were asking for a booking, but doesn't look to have been shown. Sounds like Metro might be readying up Tom Visser as a substitution.
What a danger he's going to be if he comes into this game.
Free kick comes to the back post, cleared away, and I think that was very well timed to get the boot right there and launch Para Hills on a counter-attack. Ball from Conant, just maybe a little bit too much for Gloria Marta to get on the end of easily enough.
Waiting to see this sub for MetroStars if it's going to come anytime soon, but I probably would expect maybe Satira is going to come off. Thinking of the wingers that may be replaced to invite Visser to enter this occasion, and from all I've seen of him in the last couple of weeks, he's just come back from an injury, so he's just come back into the team off the bench the last couple of minutes, 20 minutes, 15 or so. In the midweek, he played a couple against Campbelltown, of course.
What a ball from RB Molas. Puts Chittadini right through on goal. Has Molas as the option through the middle, but couldn't receive the same as which he did toward himself.
Yeah, as I was saying as well, Visser midweek came on and scored the third goal to finish that game in the cup. So if he can come on to similar effect today and hit the score sheet early on.
Strike from range, kept and held by Delangus as we tick past the hour mark. Hussein, his ball didn't reach. Here's one through for Windsor. If he can get it past, he does. Delangus. And once again, the defense of Para Hills stopping another goal.
Yeah, the angle is just closing for him there. I mean, I thought he might have looked to cut it back to look like Satira on the penalty spot about to reach there, but maybe saw something different. and a striker who's desperate for goals like he is, and one who's great at creating them. He was looking for the goals there himself, and unfortunately it didn't come to him. But I think we're going to see this sub before this corner, maybe, Seb?
Looks like it is Satira to come off and Tom Visser to come on for MetroStars.
Yeah, we'll see what little spark he can create now and where he'll come on. I'm assuming he'll be on that left or right wing. He's a left footer as well, so either side will do him well. But yeah, such a spark he's had this season, such a breakout first for a couple of games.
Corner comes in, delivered to Owen Windsor, finds him on the edge of the box with the chest down. Still bouncing about in the area, needs the hit. And even if it had found the back of the net, would have been offside.
Yeah, the linesman was sure of that one. He's about halfway onto the pitch as well as he makes a couple of these calls tonight. So he's definitely close to the action, I'm sure you could say, Seb.
Delengus with the goal kick. No push on Hussein, says Dion Turner. No referee in the middle tonight. Sally Rose Maradi wins that header. Good touchdown by Conant. Couldn't make the second count, though. And that's another good ball out wide to Tom Visser. His first few touches of the football since coming on only about a minute ago. Here's Visser. Finds the centre. Couldn't get the pass right. Lansana Smith. Flicked up. Oliveira. Wins the free kick.
Yeah, the defensive half where the pressure was coming from MetroStars as well. Fortunate to stop that as it was about to proceed. MetroStars had a couple of numbers around it, but that's a good little introduction to Tom Visser coming on. It's good to see both wingers connecting so early as well. And yeah, I think this is where it's going to come from MetroStars. They're really knocking on the door now. But it seems like they're opening up this Parry Hills defence, who's stayed solid all night so far. But one of those two wingers, I'm sure, are going to join Windsor in providing for another opportunity for MetroStars.
That one's just a late challenge, and a free kick will go the way of Parry Hills. Just as you were saying as well about Visser, maybe has dropped off in form past few weeks, but he started the season on fire. Especially that game against Campbelltown, really putting himself on the map.
Yeah, I mean, the first few games after, I think he scored a winner here as well in the second, when their first home game of the season. I think most of it is probably down to injury. I mean, before 2 weeks ago, I think I didn't see him in a squad for a while, so I think he must have picked something up during that time, and even when they had a couple of those away cup games, I didn't see him involved in all of them. So now he's back. I'm sure he's going to try and push for that position, but yeah, another one of the new signings this season for MetroStars, who's hit the ground running, as would hope, for a team like MetroStars. He just seems to fit in. So I've got about half an hour to see of him tonight, and we'll see if he can provide the spark that they're after here at MetroStars. And I'm really excited to watch him as well. He's a young player as well, come through Cumberland and Croydon Kings before that, and he was surprisingly played as a left back at those clubs as well. So I'm not sure if they didn't have anyone to play there, or they weren't so known to his talents attacking-wise. But if they knew he was a winger before that, then maybe some of those clubs would have had some better fortunes in the past.
Still only 21 is Tom Visser. Looking to try and create for Metro in this final stages of the half in the match. That ball over the top won't reach anyone in particular, and will just be a goal kick.
Interesting to note as well, Seb, that MetroStars, I mean, last year we saw them blow away a couple of teams by a few goals in their games leading up to winning the title, and even the year before that as well, they blew some teams away with some big score lines. But so far this season, and especially in the last few games, as you see it break here for a foul for Parry Hills, as I think Conant was about to shoot there. He might have had his legs taken away from him. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, MetroStars in the past, we've seen them score a lot of goals and have a bit more to back up their results. But so far this season, they seem to be only getting 1-goal wins or by a 1-goal margin at least. So do you think there's anything to look into that, Seb? Or?
Well, I think, like you say, that one standout, they did have that win against Comets a few weeks ago, obviously. But other than that, yeah, it has been tight, and I guess that's probably maybe even the league itself strengthening as a whole at the same time as well, or being more known as to what to expect from this MetroStars team under Danny Greystone. Visser intercepting there and has his pace, even with his shirt pulled, still runs forward. Windsor finds the pass.
I think as well, I'm not sure if he's on the park now, but Diego Oliveira, I think, has maybe picked up something.
Woodfin to Gow, and he skies it.
In the back play, I think they're going to make a sub here because I think he came off on the near side here. I haven't seen him return since then, Diego. So I think they're going to try and make a sub here, or maybe they have to play without it for a bit.
Looks like he's readying to come back on after treatment. And now he will return. We'll see how he runs, I guess, sort of as a test, or maybe he just signaled there for a substitution.
Yeah, so maybe he's just received it and see if he can jog out a little bit more, but they got to give some more time to prepare a sub for him. But it's going to be a big loss for Para Hills if he comes off. And it's a very important role for them, one of those two central midfielders, if they're to come on.
Here's Hamish Gow, finds the box. On the edge here is Molas. Now put back out wide to Visser. Visser finds the option, puts it down in the centre. Here's Visser again. Could he score? Once again, a strong defence from Para Hills. Not stopped yet. Headed away by Merritt. Nagel now. Still finding his way with it, Scott Nagel. Woodfin. Molas puts it wide for Visser. He's in the area. Visser puts it back across goal. Flicked upward and out for a corner.
Wow, what a little bit of procession there from MetroStars. They kept it in the box for that long, and Para Hills couldn't get close to it at all. Couple of chances there for Visser, but they're really trying to look for him now. Every time he's down this right side, he's ready to go 1v1, and that's what you want to see from a young winger, and one who's come to the club and trying to make a name for himself. So, yeah, MetroStars are really put their foot to the gas now.
Corner from Hamish Gow. Delivered in on his left foot as always, looking at the back post. The header's there, off the post, bouncing about and cleared away for a throw-in.
I reckon he might have got a hand on that, Seb. Looking at this back on replay for us up here, but yeah, he's got a hand on that. What a save there from Delaney.
I don't know if it was a hand, but he got something to it.
What a save, and even to clear the rebound where I think it was maybe Mollis there sitting right on top of the penalty spot to try and tap in, but MetroStars have been so unlucky, and so have Para Hills. They've hit the post just earlier as well. So, as we said, the late game specialists, both of these teams, they're really packing the punch at the moment.
Wolves. Visser getting in the way of Ali Reyes Maradi. Nice ball. Puts it through, looking for perhaps Windsor. The pass back out from the back. Hassan won't reach. And almost pulled to the ground there, but not given. Conan finding Gloria Amanda. Once again battling against Jackson Walls. Nice footwork. Amanda puts it in the middle. Here's Conan. Maybe just one touch too many. Kurukwamana. Amanda. Conan. Just bouncing that touch, but still kept it. Kurukwamana. Back to Maradi. Losing possession there, but it will be kept by Harrison Conan. Danny Greystone animated in his instructions from the bench for his side. Is that a foul? Advantage is played, so it is. Put into the middle. Bouncing about. Amanda is still down. Play doesn't need to be stopped, of course, but I think it will be now with that ball going out of play from Kukromana.
Yeah, interesting decision there. I mean, we did say Oliveira, Diego, was looking to come off. Maybe he's going to stay on a little bit longer here, but he decided to go forward and try and put that ball in where there was 3 or 4 MetroStars defenders to the one Para Hills attacker, as Wolves just picks up a late yellow there for being over-eager, I think, in the tackle there. I'm not sure if he maybe got his toe stuck in there somewhere, Armanda, but
Kurukramana and Hamish Gow engaged in conversation. Harrison Conant joining in now as well. Still having a chat between the two of them. So it will be a Metro throw in the end.
They might throw it back to Parry Hills. I mean, maybe they were asking the question is if they were going to give it back to them, but
bit of confusion as to whether or not Diego was going on or off there. And that will go all the way back to Delengus. But Diego not looking too keen at the moment to really continue on. Good touches there. Kurukramana. Back to Lawan Hassan. Finds the wide ball in Amanda. Needs to be beaten by Jackson Wolves. Out for a throw.
Yeah, a really interesting battle now on this left side. Both Amanda and Wolves on bookings. So going 1v1 against each other for these final 20 minutes or so is going to be a big battle, and we'll see maybe which one falters first, or maybe which coach falters first and makes a sub so they can stay with 11 on the pitch.
And that substitution will be made now. Augustus Williams coming on. And it will be Lansana Smith. Perhaps surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, in essence, to make a sub to try and win the game, maybe they just want to get an attacker on there, and if Oliveira can do some sort of a job, maybe they don't have a similar player on the bench to do that role. But they've definitely got some good talent on the bench. They've still got Kamburu there. They have Stress there as well on the bench. So if they want to still go at this game to win it, I think maybe Hussein and Amanda, if they're on bookings, that they might struggle to last the full 90 here. But
you say Lansana Smith was not happy to come off, refused to even handshake his coach as he was coming off as well, heading towards the bench. Poor giveaway, finds Kurukramana, cleared back again by Hamish Gow in the end. Amanda. This game is so tight at the moment. Ball back into the middle, cleared away. It's pretty much a matter of who blinks first, Alessio, really. Hassan.
Not much options wide for him here. He has to go all the way back around and maybe try and go wide himself. But yeah, in the case of Smith there, I think he definitely had a quiet game. But I guess anyone's annoyed at coming off at any point when you're still in the game and you want to be the one to decide it. But I wouldn't say he has too much to complain about from his performance-wise to be taken off, because he didn't really show enough, I think, in this game to stay on.
Ball bounces off. Here's Diego. Nearly finding the far corner.
Puts his hands up as well. He tried to go for the spectacular top corner when maybe just a side foot finish was the better option, because the keeper was showing him that far side, and so was McNamara, but he tried to lash it into the top corner instead, and maybe that was the wrong option.
Oh, strike. Having to just second guess himself almost there. Final 15 minutes. Conant needing to win that one against Molas. Molas winning out, still going for it. And the ball has tended to find those areas where there's about two players from each side battling for it at the same time in midfield. And just getting stuck almost between them all.
Yeah, it's a big pitch, and you can see it on camera as well, how wide this pitch is as well. But the way both these teams play and how the league, like the NPL in here in SA plays, it's so many players cover so much ground that it's hard to get enough space to make a decision if you're not a good player, because the pressure comes almost immediately.
Hamish Gow with a brilliant ball out wide. Does what it take the touch past. Kamana gets in the way there. Williams. No foul, says the referee. Chittadini gets it back. Might find some sort of hit, and it's in off the post. And the Para Hills bench aren't happy, but MetroStars certainly are. 2-1 to them, putting them in front. 15 minutes left.
And the provider turns goal scorer. Windsor gets his goal tonight, and Para Hills, you can see on the camera, if it pans back, they're furious with that decision. Williams has just come on, but I'm sure if you look at that back, he actually didn't make that pass off. So that ball was won by MetroStars as they mounted the attack, but the precision in the box there from not only Chittadini, but even Windsor to get some sort of foot on that. It might have even been a Travella, Seb. So good little finish there from Windsor. Takes him even higher in the goal-scoring charts and puts them in the lead of this game with 15 to go. And guess what, Seb? That was after the 75th minute, so it goes to show these are the late game specialists, both of these two. That one will count towards our season stats as well.
Here come Para Hills again, looking to get an equaliser very quickly. Put back into the middle, but out for a corner. Certainly not giving up without a fight.
And they push a lot forward here as well, Para. Who's only one back on the halfway line, so anything will do for them. I think Murati maybe mentioning to the bench either he wants to come off or maybe some sort of set piece they want to do instead. But everybody in the box for MetroStars and only one out for Para Hills.
Ball comes into the area, finds the header. Not of a shirt in black and white though. This is the 31st meeting, and that's all. Hang on here. Cameron Woodfin. Delengis does brilliantly and times this run to perfection to take it off Cameron Woodfin. That is some brave goalkeeping. In fact, they've won a free kick too. Luckily for Para Hills.
I'm very interested to see why Woodfin didn't go around the keeper there. It was so on. I mean, one touch either side of Delengis and you're away, maybe even takes you down, but he's tried to go straight through him. That's probably the worst option to take in that situation where the keeper's closing down your angles. Instead of going one side of him, you've just hit it straight at his feet. So a big chance to seal it there for MetroStars and Cameron Woodfin, but it's missed.
Diego, this game has been brilliant to watch so far. So tight the whole time. And no real way of knowing where it's going next. Hussein puts the ball wide and the ball delivered back into the area, headed upwards by Jackson Walls. Needs to be taken care of by Visser. Takes the touch over. Windsor against Hassan. Kept in play, but only towards Harrison Conant. No. They'll still keep the ball from the throw, though. MetroStars. Again, much to the dismay of the Para Hills Knights bench. Players and staff alike. Apologies for any of the language you might hear down on the sidelines.
Not sure who it's directed to either. Didn't seem like anyone had that much of an opposition to it, but maybe it's just a bit of frustrations lashing out there from Para Hills. Not sure if it's still over that decision before the goal or even something later on, but here's Chittadini driving into the box.
Has Woodfin as the close option. Does take it. Just getting stuck, and again, it's that situation of the ball being stuck between multiple players and eventually finding its way out. Down the wing for Hussein, and McNamara does well.
Referee going over as well. I mean, McNamara didn't put a lot into that, but I think he came through the back of Hussein maybe to goad him a little bit in how he got to that tackle and letting him know he's definitely there. He's on his back at all chances, but fortunately nothing too naughty for him there to put himself into the book. But
final 10 minutes. Finds its way in the area. Visser is there on the spot to clear away. And that's another tough challenge. What will the decision be here?
I don't think there should be any booking there. I mean, he had all eyes for the ball here, young Jackson Merritt. He just got a bit over-eager and maybe went over the back of Woodfin, but as you can see in the resulting effects of that, no one was too hard pressed. He's going to pick up a yellow there, but no one was really too hard pressed about the way he made about that challenge, and it wasn't too dangerous. In fact, he just ended up trying to go over someone who was stopping as he was trying to go, so it's always going to end up with someone on the floor.
Diego. Good battle for the ball there. Jackson Walls with the throw. As substitution will be made. Not sure for Para Hills. Keshav Stresta to come on for Abu Hussein. Another attacking substitution being made. We're really looking to try and get something out of this Para Hills, because as it stands, they can. It is still so tight, and there have been mistakes from both sides to really warrant the belief that they are still in it. But they will need to do it soon. With only a few minutes left in normal time.
For MetroStars as well, we did talk about that gap they can get with all the teams around them dropping points this weekend, and it could be a 6-point gap, I think, at the top of the league for them, which they're going to be happy with for sure. Going into a massive game next week against Campbelltown City. After the first half of the fixtures have gone past in this league, and they've had a 6-point gap, I'm sure they're going to hope for something very similar in the second part. And obviously they want a similar result to that round 1 fixture against Campbelltown as well, where they played them off the park with I think it was a 3 or 4-1 win in the end. So it'll be interesting to see how they do, especially if they're playing here at home as well, where they seem to get quite good results as well, MetroStars.
They've got a free kick here. More being set up. 3 in it. Ball delivered in. Still kept in by Visser, but only to Delengus. Five minutes left. As we've said, this is the time where both of these teams tend to do their work most in their forward line. Conant, Kurukromana, his ball over the top and maybe slightly overcooked. But it is cleared out for a Para Hills throw. Ball finds the back post. Not really putting too much of an effort to put in a challenge there was Diego. And it has given Metro a way forward. Visser. Played back to the middle. Here's Hamish Gow looking from range. Hamish Gow has that in his locker, of course. There is that famous goal in the Federation Cup final a year or two ago, which was stunning. Fortunato goes back to Ostrike. Finds the wide ball. Large with that header. Shrestha. Williams. Kurukwamana now finds the low ball. Maybe unintentional, but working out. Coming together in the centre there. Was Hamish Gow fouling there? No, says the referee. Williams against Gow. Here's Augustus Williams. Ball bouncing about. Cleared by Visser again. Only finds black and white back in the area. Header from Ali Reyes Maradi. Amanda trying to flick it up and get the touch right. But MetroStars get away with it. Here they come again. Visser can't find the ball through. Maradi turning, keeping the ball as well. Diego just flicking it back to Kurukwamana. Lawan Hassan furthest back for Para Hills. Calling for the long ball and just fooling Metro, and that one not working out. Woodfin. Hassan staying back, maybe just not working in their favour. Delangus maybe just getting a slight nick on through there in these final moments of the match. He's still sensed that there is something to come. Delangus looks long down the pitch. Kurukwamana wins the header, only goes towards Tom Visser of the opposing side. Walls himself looking down the wing, but the touch not good enough to keep it for Para Hills. And the instruction from Arbi Molas is the smart one to just slow the game down to, I think, soak up any seconds they can at the moment. Windsor gets the touch, not enough to keep it in though. I think it's actually been given as a free kick to MetroStars.
Yeah, maybe a little push in the back there on Windsor maybe in the earlier play, but last couple of minutes of here, would be surprised if they try and swing this in. No one's really making that effort to get in the box at the moment, so maybe they'll try and play out from here instead, short.
Gow on the free kick. Has the option to his right and Walls. Delivers it into the area. Isn't too convincing though. Does well to get past there. That ball through the middle. Touched by Amanda. The Canadian urging his side forward. Making his way to the byline. Putting a ball in. Ostrike only gets a touch to it. Might need a hit from Connors. Nearly from Para Hills. Header by Hassan. Bodies trying to win that one too. And that one long, the touch is poor. Might be pounced upon by Owen Windsor. And it's a perfectly timed challenge by Lawan Hassan to stop Windsor from bearing down on goal. Visser. Now to Gow. 7 shots on target to Para Hills 3 at the moment. But it's still been pretty even, Alessio.
Yeah, really intense at the moment for both teams. They're trying. One's trying to finish it, the other one's trying to get into the game still and leave with something. But yeah, that was a massive chance there from Conant earlier on. I think that was tackled off the line by Jackson Walls in the end.
Ball down the line. Will it find the option? It does do so, you know. Finds the centre. Shrestha. Ball in the middle. Headed back. Conant will try and win it still. Does do so. Has Diego behind him. Finds the middle. Good turn. Trying to find the angle. Unable to do so, though. Kurukwamana. Ball in the centre. Cut out by Hamish Gow. And furthest forward here is
2v1 at the back here now. If they can make this work, they're going to find.
Ball through to Woodfin. It will reach Woodfin. Has no options in the middle, however. Just takes his time and puts it back to Hamish Gow. Puts it wide. Chittadini has the look from range. One back into the second minute of additional time now. Can't be long left. Conant. Is he put down? He is. And it will be a free kick for Para Hills. Second minute of additional time now.
In the wars, Conant now. He's been in a few of them near the end of this game. They're asking for maybe a card for somebody, but referee just wants to keep this game going.
They go quick. Diego to Conant, then back to him.
Lost his boot there, actually, Seb, as well.
Not opportune timing, though.
No, they want to try and keep it going quickly, and of all things to happen, his whole boot comes off. He's got to undo it and put it back on. But
might as well have just kicked it to continue play on and then put on his boot. In fact, it'll be DeLangus to take anyway. All or nothing for this one, I think.
Yeah, we're into added time now, so may as well leave that lace and just hopefully it comes on the other boot.
Headed by Wolves, maybe could have left it. Touchdown, not right enough though. Jackson Wolves can't keep it until he does against Rise Variety. And a Metro free kick.
Yeah, they're really playing out these final few minutes well, Metro Stars. They're not camping back and allowing the pressure to come onto them. And they're going to make another sub here, I think. Para Hills, the last of their game. But Metro Stars, they're really trying to keep the ball here, and they're not forcing trying to get this third. I mean, they had a 2v1 there with Windsor and Woodfin, and the angle just wasn't good enough. They'd rather keep the ball instead. So it's a good way they're trying to play out these final few minutes, and it's a way that you can hold on to results rather than maybe make them even worse by trying to force another goal and cop one on your own end.
Jake Porter coming on for Cameron Woodfin, who has been brilliant today, in all honesty. His touches have been phenomenal, and he's managed to try and create as much as he can in midfield. Who would be your player of the match, Alessio, for tonight?
It's a really tough one, Seb. I mean, no one's really stood out amazingly. I mean, Windsor, the goal and the assist is pretty big for them, but Albi Mollis, I thought, has been great tonight as well. First time I've seen him in Metro colours, and I think he's been outstanding. And even some of the defenders from Metro Stars have been everly impressive. Even Jackson Walls on this side, having to deal with so many of the attackers from Para Hills, and he just gets a toe in every time. What about you, Seb?
I guess looking at a Para Hills perspective, Gloria Manda has been very, very good in just sort of causing havoc against even Harrison Conant as well. His touches, and I guess also Diego has been pretty integral to what they do tonight. I'll look to go long with this free kick into the 5th minute now. You cannot imagine there'll be long left. Ball over the top, headed away. Falls to Conant. Unable to keep the touch though. Could this be it? Still in the air though. Diego wins the header. Kurikwamana back into the middle. Should look out wide for Amanda, and does do so. Against Jackson Walls. Amanda, could they get a late equaliser? It is out for a corner.
Yeah, it was again some great footwork there from Amanda. Walls was expecting a cross to come in, and he was in the wrong body position to let Amanda drive into the box, but fortunately Fortunato was there to get a block in and slow things up for probably the last corner of the game. I can't see there being much more left.
Ball delivered into the back post, needs the header off the post!
Maybe
wow!
I think there's a header injury as well there in Seb. I'm not sure if they hit each other's head as he tried to make that attempt at goal, but it's definitely a sore one. And I think that might have been Augustus Williams who was in there, but again hitting the post the 3rd time tonight. They've hit the woodwork, both teams, and that would have been a massive goal for Para Hills. There might be a bit added left in now due to this injury, but that would have been an amazing comeback for Para Hills if they got that second there.
We're sort of in no man's land at the moment as to, I guess, where we finish now with this injury. Don't know whether there would or wouldn't be more time added on because of it, but even then a golden opportunity for Para Hills to get an equaliser late on. About to enter the 7th minute now. Looks like Para Hills will be making a substitution for Augustus Williams. Will be Alexander Tsimopoulos to come on for however long we have left, because we don't really know at this moment in time. Looks like Metro will be doing the same as well. Will be Muhatira to come on and play against his former side for the first time.
Yeah, I think it might have been, is it McNamara who was also in that head clash, and neither team taking any liberties at a concussion protocol, and just make sure their players both leave the park and get the attention they deserve and let them peter out these last couple of minutes. But it's good to see Muhatira as well. He's made a couple of appearances sparingly this season so far for MetroStars, but he's another young player who made his way through the ranks of all of the...
Something's happened behind play. I'm not too sure what. But Metro have another player down.
It's RB Molas this time, and
I think Owen Windsor seems to be arguing with
Kurikwamana.
I think it was Diego Oliveira, perhaps.
And fortunately, the medical staff wasn't too far away from MetroStars to come back on and treat Molas now, but I'm going to be interested to see, because there's a couple of players on yellows here, so if any of the assistant referees have seen anything, because the referee sure hasn't, then there could be a few players in trouble here. But I'm sure most people are probably keeping their eye on the ball and probably haven't seen what happened on that halfway line, nor the camera we've seen as well.
Owen Windsor certainly seems to be fired up about it. And Dion Turner just talking to Diego Oliveira about it. Whether or not it was him or not, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I pretty much saw play continue on and then a scream from the middle of the pitch and a player down in RB Molas. So,
but as I was saying, Muhatira coming on as well. A young defender who's come through all the ranks, all the leagues he's played in the local level here. Gawler Eagles, then he came in the State League 1 with Para Hills, got the promotion, and now he's again playing in the NPL with MetroStars. So it's a great role model to look at for anybody back home, anybody watching as well, who think that maybe it's done if you're in the third division. You can make it all the way through even as a youngster. I mean, you don't have to have many years of experience there. If you show enough quality, you can make it all the way to the top league.
Into 10 minutes of additional time now, and I think 6 or 5 of that have been without even playing any football.
Yeah, so I'd be surprised to see how long is going to be added on here, but any team can get forward. I think could be the last chance, but Porter's just beaten it to the ball.
Here's Jake Porter, just needs to finish. And another opportunity. Apparently it's taken a touch, though.
Yeah, I think it did take a touch from the goalkeeper, in fact, but Porter, wow, he's got to do better there. 1v1 with the goalkeeper again, and I think he's just hit it wrong. I mean, not sure if he was looking again for himself with the Trivella or trying to hit it across keeper, but his angles were all wrong there, and it was a good opportunity for the keeper to show what his worth there. And they just keep it in the corner now, Metro. Oh,
what a turn. It's lovely. Could it be a final goal? No. That was ambitious, though. And luckily as well, it's ended up in 3 points for MetroStars in what was an exhilarating end. Halted by some stoppages, but still a brilliant match of football, Alessio.
Yeah, what a game that was here at TK Shutter Reserve. Again, the people who are watching back home, they probably expect the top of the team later. They won again tonight, but it wasn't easy. Para Hills provided a great showing of themselves and show why they're a team that has got a lot more to give, and their ladder position doesn't show the whole story of their team. I mean, they're a great team to watch, and MetroStars again with a 1-goal win, Seb. So it's very interesting to see. See a bit of afters here with Ulaj and Gao. And he's trying to get pulled away by the goalkeeper here. I don't know what's left on the pitch there for him, but
you could tell this was a match certainly towards the end that had plenty of feeling in it too. As you can still clearly see, and you did see by this final 10 minutes of additional time, really, you could see it throughout the whole thing. Looks to have been all sorted out though, however. But full time here at TK Shuttle Reserve. A great match between two sides, and Metro lengthen their lead at the top of the table.
Maybe been something off the pitch as well there. Hassan's just jumped the sidelines to maybe escort a family member or even just calm things down, but something in the crowd there might have happened at the end as well.
Very interesting. A very interesting match. Very interesting circumstances. And plenty of drama.
Yep, but the football was the one that did the talking tonight. Two great teams ahead of us who provided a good showing of themselves and show why, no matter where they are in the league, anybody can contest anybody. And Parry Hill's definitely not what their position shows on the ladder.
Great afternoon and evening has been had here at TK Shuttle Reserve. WNPL played earlier on, of course, the NPL match just finishing now. Alessio, it's been a pleasure to have you alongside me for the first time in a while. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
See you next year, Seb.
Year and a half. Full-time score here at TK Shuttle Reserve. MetroStars 2, Parry Hills Knights 1.